Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcia Gensler Stevens, and it is a joy to have you here this evening. I have the joy and pleasure of working here in the Stamp every day. But on nights like this, and particularly this evening when it's the University Awards Banquet, you feel the energy that is very palpable in the room with these exceptional student leaders and the families who made them the exceptional student leaders they are today. So it is terrific to have you all here, and also to have any number of your supporters and friends joining you as we celebrate leadership this evening. Last spring, I was reading the New York Times one Sunday afternoon, and it's really bad, but my husband often says that he can tell what I'm reading by facial expression. This one had me weeping at the end of it. So he's like, "Who died?" And I'm like, "No, no one died." So David Brooks wrote this article. It was an essay called The Moral Bucket List. Now that sounds like something they teach you in student conduct, but in reality, David Brooks was talking about these extraordinary ways in which we build character in our lives. And it was right about graduation time, and I was thinking of everybody who'd be leaving. And so when I was thinking of this evening, all I could think of is David Brooks. And so there were like slight tears in my eyes, but I remember that article for a couple of reasons. Because he talked about these people who radiate a certain inner light. They're deeply good, they listen well, they are people that make you feel funny and valued. They have a manner that is infused with gratitude. They worry less about this amazingly good work they're doing, and they worry more about the people they're working with or for. And I thought about them, and they kind of reminded me of you, because I have the rare pleasure of reading the script before you guys even know any of it. And when I read your stories, I see in you these people that he calls folks who have a generosity of spirit and a depth of character. So this evening, we're going to talk about two things as we tell your stories. Two things David Brooks says are really important about people. He says colleges and universities teach people two different kinds of virtues. Resume virtues. You know, did you have an amazing internship? Are you incredible as a business student? Are you really gonna do something amazing with your wit and your intellect? Did we take you down a path that left you with a resume that beats the hell out of anybody else? But then he talked about this other kind of virtue, which really good colleges and universities should also expose you to, and that is eulogy virtues. That's right, the stuff they'll say about you when you die. Now, we should never talk about that, but the reality is somebody's going to stand up at your blessed event and talk about you. And what we hope they say about you is that you were kind and strong and honest, that you were capable of deep love, that you were faithful, and all kinds of other deep and meaningful things about your heart and your soul. And ideally, in our classrooms and in the work outside of our classrooms and in the way in which you've led student organizations, you have developed these eulogy virtues. So tonight, you're going to hear a heck of a lot about people's resume virtues. But if you listen carefully, you will also hear something of their eulogy virtues as well. And there will be proud parents in the audience, and faculty and mentors and folks who have supported you in that venture who will really sort of think about, absolutely, that is true. Tonight, if there ever was a group of people that you should thank for those eulogy virtues, it is probably the people you've brought with you, the folks who love you most. And for some of you, that is your parents or siblings who came with you tonight. And we are going to go through this whole ceremony telling your story, but not tell theirs. So will you help me in making sure before we even begin that we thank them for all that they have done to contribute to your story? And the way I'd like to do that is I'd like the parents in the audience to please stand, because we want to applaud you, because we wouldn't be here without you. Now, there's another cadre of people that are here with you this evening that are either really your siblings or by virtue of their being your BFF or some other way in which you've made them part of your family, they got you here tonight as well. And so if we can, will the siblings and best friends and partners and spouses that got you here tonight, will you please stand so that we can thank you? I love it. There were a couple people that did that thing like, you can stand. It's okay, really, you're like my best friend. The only thing standing between you and those great stories and all of this wonderful meal tonight is me. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do this evening, and that is we're going to eat, and you're going to hear these stories throughout dinner. So every time you hear another story, you'll be like, oh my goodness, and you'll eat another bite. And so we'll savor every story with each and every bite. Throughout dinner, you'll have a chance when there's a snippet when somebody isn't talking to listen to this amazing group over here, Cheek to Cheek. What's so fabulous is I think we figured this is like 10 or 12 years of them appearing at the awards banquet. And when they're not at the awards banquet, they are part of our staff in the University Health Center, which is pretty darn cool because music soothes the soul. So we are so glad to have them here this evening. You will have an opportunity to know something of each of the people that are recipients of honors this evening. But there's more of the story in the back of the commemorative booklet, so you can read more about it, as they like to say on TV. The other thing that I would tell you is for the first time we are live streaming this awards banquet. So if Grandma is not here tonight, but she is techno savvy, on the table you will find the WebNet address. And if you get to Grandma by texting her right now, she can catch up with the program, or you too can rewatch it multiple times tomorrow by using that very same WebNet address. But thanks to my good colleagues in the Stamp, we are live streaming this program for everybody who wanted to stay in their residence hall tonight and watch this instead of Netflix. We are also going to do something magical, and that is, if the football team taught you the fight song, complete with whether your right arm or left arm goes up first, then indeed the alma mater is one of those things that the Big Show and others have tried to make sure you walk out of here with. The alma mater talks about this love of this old place. And Cheek to Cheek is going to be joined this evening by a really amazing young woman. Elaine Schrey is here to help us sing the alma mater. She's a theater major, a senior, who has been a performer in New Visions and New Voices Ensemble, a performance in All Shook Up Natalie, among other things. And like they say on the commercial, her dreams will come true this year because she will graduate from the University of Maryland and assume her role with Walt, Cinderella, and the others as a performer at Disney World. We are thrilled, thrilled, thrilled. So if you would, like all good Marylanders, would you please stand and join Elaine and the rest of us in singing the alma mater? The words are on the screen. Thank you, Elaine and Cheek to Cheek. We will look for you at Disney World. We'll be like, I knew her. She was my best friend. We are joined this evening by an extraordinary group of presenters. And before I introduce our first two presenters this evening, I invite you to do something that you should always do, particularly if you're from the Midwest. And that is, will you take a moment to introduce yourself to the other people at the table, some of which birthed you, but others of which you may not know. So will you take a moment to introduce yourself to the folks at the table, and then I'll bring up the first two presenters. Thank you all so much. I promise there'll be a little bit of time for conversation throughout the evening. Our first presenters this evening mark the beginning of what will be a group of campus leaders who will join in the celebration of you. The first presenter who will be on stage in just a moment is Dr. Brooke Supple. Chief of Staff in the Office of the Vice President for Student Affairs, Brooke also serves as advisor of Omicron Delta Kappa, one of the sponsors for this evening's event. She spent yesterday in the chill and raw air that was Maryland Day, hanging out by the fountain with a heck of a lot of ducks in the fountain, or turtles, actually. And so if she says to leave those turtles in the fountain, you'll know that she's just still in the recording mode. The second presenter who will follow Brooke is Ms. Sarah Nijelski. Sarah is a senior this year. She is president of Omicron Delta Kappa, among many other things, and I just adore her. So you will too when she comes up to present immediately after Brooke Supple. So Brooke Supple.
Each year, the Sigma Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society selects one of its members as Leader of the Year. This person competes on the national level for the very prestigious award of ODK National Leader of the Year. Thanks to the very generous support of the ODK president from 1938 and a very outstanding leader in his own right, we've named the Leader of the Year award the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, after the late Colonel Schutz, who was an exceptional supporter of the Sigma Circle of ODK for over 75 years. This year's recipient is a senior marketing and dance major from Denville, New Jersey. She is the captain of the women's club soccer team, a volunteer for Best Buddies, and the Appalachian Service Project. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, Kayla Coots. This next award will have a familiar ring. I have to say this name a lot of times tonight. The award honors one of more of the many contributions of the late Colonel J. Logan Schutz. The University of Maryland Alumni Association presents the J. Logan Schutz Legacy Scholarship. This award recognizes and honors Colonel Schutz as alumnus and past executive director and director emeritus of the association. Each year, an outstanding student who is a legacy of the university, in other words, a person whose mother or father graduated from the university, is presented with a scholarship generously provided by Logan and Louise. This year's recipient of the scholarship is a junior kinesiology major minoring in human development and quantitative methodology. She has participated in Maryland's Alternative Breaks program, the Health Center's Greek Liaison program, and the TERP Access Disability Network. The recipient is exactly the type of student that Colonel Schutz intended to honor with this scholarship. She's academically talented, actively engaged in several campus organizations, and involved in a number of service and philanthropic efforts to improve the lives of others. The Alumni Association is thrilled to recognize her with this award. The recipient of the J. Logan Schutz Legacy Scholarship is Tara Sadaman. Unfortunately, Tara cannot be with us tonight as she is currently studying abroad in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and she couldn't make the trip. She's live streaming, I'm sure, right? So I will accept this award on her behalf. And now I'd like to recognize the ODK 2015-2016 initiates and members. Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society has traditionally extended membership to juniors and seniors and graduate students who've demonstrated exceptional leadership and have contributed to the university community in the areas of scholarship, athletics, campus or community service, social and religious activities, and campus governance, as well as in journalism, speech in the mass media, and in the creative and performing arts. These individuals are joined by a select group of honorary members from the ranks of faculty and staff in the community. At 2 earlier ceremonies this year, new initiates were introduced and recognized for their individual accomplishment, some of which you will find outlined in our program booklet biography section in the back. Tonight, I invite all of the fall and spring 2015 and 2016 initiates of Omicron Delta Kappa to stand so we may honor you with our applause. Okay, please stay standing. Stay standing. Thank you. I would now like to invite all members of ODK, including honorary members, to join these new members. Won't you all stand so we can honor the great ODK legacy of fine leadership on this campus? Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Every year, the University of Maryland community is enhanced with the addition of talented first-year students. This year's freshman class represented the brightest and most engaged scholar leaders the institution has ever admitted. With this award, the Omicron Delta Kappa Top 10 Freshman Award, the Omicron Delta Kappa chapter here at Maryland honors first-year students who have contributed to the university community in the 5 areas previously mentioned as criteria. I'm pleased to introduce the top 10 freshmen for 2016. As I announce each of the winners, I ask that you please join me on stage. Layla Abujuma. Layla is a freshman biology major from Waldorf, Maryland. This Banneker Key Scholar is in the Integrated Life Sciences Honors College program. Layla is a member of Phi Delta Epsilon Medical Fraternity, the American Medical Student Association, and the Muslim Student Association. Catherine Bem is a freshman journalism major from Forest Hill, Maryland. She is a member of the Half the Sky and is a public leadership scholar. Katie is a staff writer for Pulse Feeds and a copy editor for the Diamondback, as well as for Stories Beneath the Shell. Victoria Chang is a freshman accounting and information systems major with a Spanish minor from Potomac, Maryland. This Honors College tutor is a fundraising chair for Habitat for Humanity and the Vice President of Community Development for the Resident Hall Association. Victoria is a member of the Accounting and Business Association and the University Student Judiciary. Kylie Duffy is a freshman government and politics major with a 4.0 GPA from Madison, New Jersey. This Dean's List student is the SGA Cambridge Community Representative and Student Affairs Committee Representative. She was an intern for the Ryan Belcher for City Council campaign and is a member of Phi Alpha Delta pre-law fraternity. Pamela Kext is a freshman history and psychology double major with a 4.0 GPA from Lincolnshire, Illinois. This Scholars Ambassador is also a climate action intern for James Stilwell. She is a member of the Maryland Hillel Ometz General Board and a recipient of the Maryland Hillel North Fellowship. Garrett Marshall Kelly is a freshman civil engineering major from Allen, Texas. He is a Habitat for Humanity volunteer and a University of Maryland high-riser. This presidential scholarship recipient is a member of the Gemstone Honors Program and the Honors College Student Programming Council. Logan Klin is a freshman environmental science and policy major with a 4.0 GPA from Glen Burnie, Maryland. She is a member of the Student Advisory Committee for the Sustainability Council and the Environmental Science and Policy Student Association. This alternative break participant is an intern at the Writing Center and a new member of Sigma Alpha Professional Agricultural Sorority. Jerry Mai is a freshman microbiology major from North Potomac, Maryland. He is the Vice President of Sustainability and Resident Hall Association Senator for Ellicott Hall and a Sustainability Committee and Dining Services Advisory Board member. He is the Vice Chair for the Orientation Advisory Committee. Madeline Schaefer is a freshman communications major from Marion Station, Pennsylvania. This alternative break participant is a Maryland Images campus tour guide and a recipient of the Hillel North Fellowship. She is a member of Sigma Kappa sorority and the Ometz General Board. Derek Zhao is a freshman finance and computer science double major with a 4.0 GPA from Bel Air, Maryland. He was a consultant for Change the World and was selected as a feature presenter for the Change the World showcase. This Do Good Challenge participant is a member of Club Tennis and of Phi Chi Theta Alpha Mu business fraternity. Please join me in congratulating this outstanding group of our first-year scholar leaders. Okay, you may return to your seats. Congratulations. Okay, next we have the Omicron Delta Kappa Sophomore Leader of the Year. Each year, the members of Omicron Delta Kappa select a group of outstanding sophomore leaders to honor for their contributions of leadership, scholarship, and service. Applying the same principles of membership for ODK, a group of finalists is identified that represents the best of the sophomore class. They are listed in the program booklet. I would like to invite the winner of the 2016 ODK Sophomore Leader of the Year, Jonathan Daniel, to come forward to receive your award. Jonathan is a sophomore physiology and neurobiology major from Rockville, Maryland. This teaching assistant is also a neuroscience research assistant and was an emergency room clinical volunteer at Prince George's Hospital. He is the recruitment chair for Beta Theta Pi fraternity and an intern for Congressman Mike Bost. Congratulations, Jonathan.
So, do you need to talk again? How are you doing? All right. You doing okay? You'll let me know if you desperately need to talk. Thank you so much to both of our last presenters. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about this evening because you saw some really good role models. And that is, Ty is here taking photos. And those photos will appear on the STAMP website tomorrow. God, social media is great. But those photos will appear tomorrow. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't spring from your seats to take a photo of someone that's special to you. So you saw a lot of really good examples of that in that top 10 freshman group. Did you see that? Moms, dads, everybody, whoosh, come to the front. So feel free to spring from your seat, take a photo if you need to. And then Ty will take the rest of the photos should you not have brought your smartphone with you. The other thing I would say is that you should feel free to jump from your seat with whatever sort of style points you need when your name is read. Join us on stage and just feel free to do whatever you wish that shows that, gol darn it, I am glad to be a winner. So feel free. We're joined on stage today by two terrific student leaders and officers from Omicron Delta Kappa. Julia Wenger is here, and you're going to see her switch on occasion just miraculously with Brogan Sheehy, who's down there right now. And they will be, anybody here watch Wheel of Fortune? It's embarrassing to admit I was home taking care of my parents. Anyone over the age of 80 thinks it's a good way to stave off Alzheimer's, you know, that and Jeopardy. So, gosh, I watched it and I was filling in those Galdern blocks right there with them. But they will be our Vanna Whites this evening, if you get the analogy. Everyone else is like, what is she talking about? So, you will see these good folks helping us. I get the joy and pleasure of presenting the next few awards. And it's my pleasure to present the William E. Kerwin Award. Britt Kerwin was the president of the University of Maryland from 1988 until 1998. And then he took a slight sojourn to Columbus, Ohio to serve as president of The Ohio State University. But he discovered that he was really off track and came back to the University of Maryland to serve as chancellor, which he did until his retirement this past year. This award recognizes a member of the junior class who has exhibited outstanding leadership and a terrific commitment to the university and the community at large. A panel of faculty and staff and alumni join together to judge the applicants for this award, and they really do love learning of all of you. It's an honor to a junior class leader to have been a part of student organizations and community engagement and diversity and academic performance, all of which get judged in that group. I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story of our award winner this evening. Kathy Zhang is a junior majoring in accounting and information systems with a minor in public leadership. She is a student accounts associate employed in the Student Organization Resource Center. And she is president of Connect, with the community student group that is really helping to support nonprofit organizations in Prince George's County. Kathy uses her knowledge of accounting to serve as an IRS certified volunteer income tax preparer. She was very busy all leading up to April 18th. And she works with low-income households in College Park doing their taxes. She is the recipient of the Timothy Ning Scholarship in Asian American Studies and the Gertrude and Robert Edwards Scholarship. I read to you briefly from her application. I've had a great opportunity as a college student to get involved with the University of Maryland campus community as a mentor and in the local community as a volunteer for nonprofits. I could use my accounting skills. And I could be engaged in the multicultural community to fight for social justice. I hope to make the club I founded strong enough to continue to thrive after I graduate. I will continue to reach out to fight for those social justice causes. I have learned my passion of wanting to give back to the community. I am better able to serve underrepresented groups by putting my efforts into my specialized skill, being organized, and by learning accounting. I've been inspired to do more nonprofit work in race issues in the future. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Kathy Zhang, winner of the William E. Kerwin Award. She works in the stamp, so that was thrilling. The next set of awards is the University Health Center Leadership Award. You heard that a couple of these good folks work across the street in the University Health Center. But this award recognizes a student, staff member, or volunteer in the center who has most helped the center realize its mission. Let me share something about this year's recipient, and I invite that individual I'm talking about to join me on stage as I introduce her. Sobia Ahmad is graduating with a double degree in community health and studio art. I love this. She is very interested in the intersection of art and health, particularly mental health. Her concentrations in art are painting and digital media, through which she explores nuanced questions about her identity as an Eastern female immigrant to the West. Her future academic plans include a master's in fine art. Someday, she will be talked about in the Washington Post like the gallery was today with all of our Masters in Fine Arts students. Won't you please join me in congratulating the 2016 University Health Center Leadership Award winner, Sobia Ahmad. Sobia Ahmad is obviously working on a painting she can't get away from right now. We will thank her and know that in her studio, wherever she is live streaming. The Lowell Enzel Maryland Images Volunteer of the Year Award is given to that individual who has unselfishly volunteered his or her time and energy to assist us in wooing prospective students to the University of Maryland. They are so enthusiastic about this place, and they play such a significant role in how students who are looking at us interpret the University of Maryland. I see them often on campus, and they are absolutely the folk heroes of the next generation of TERP. This year's recipient is an ecology and evolution and psychology double major from Silver Spring, who has led over 100 tours, there's some miles, to prospective students and their families. He is involved with the Gemstone Honors Program as a community leader. His research group, Team Savior, focuses on angler perception and genetic variability of the invasive northern snakehead species. You've heard about snakeheads out on PR. They're going to be quoting him any moment. Won't you join me to the stage, winner of the 2016 Lowell Enzel Maryland Images Volunteer of the Year Award, Zeke Gonzalez. I'm done with my presentation, so there's somebody fabulous coming after. Dr. Warren Kelly serves as Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. He is an incredible advocate for students, and it is our pleasure to welcome Warren to the stage.
Good afternoon. Well, the first award that it's my pleasure to speak about this afternoon is each year the Office of Multi-Ethnic Student Education presents an award that recognizes an outstanding multi-ethnic student organization. This year's recipient, PLEX, P-L-E-X, is an independent student-run news website that highlights diversity and activism on campus and around the globe. Started in 2015 from the historic Public Asian Campus newspaper, PLEX emphasizes the increasing intersectional, multi-ethnic, and multifaceted reality of social activism movements. These include movements around racial, feminist, environment, labor, accessibility, LGBTQ+, and civil rights issues. Will Aisha Khan, founder and editor-in-chief of PLEX, please join me on stage so we may recognize your group as the winner of the 2016 OMSI Outstanding Multi-Ethnic Campus Organization Award. The Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award is presented to a student who has exhibited extraordinary leadership in the broader community. This year's recipient is Kathy Jang. Kathy, I invite you to join me on the stage as I share something again about your credentials. We met Kathy just a bit ago. She is a junior accounting and information systems double major and a public leadership minor. She is the community service chair for the Smith Undergraduate Student Organization, a volunteer income tax preparer for VITA Terp Tax, and founder of the student organization Connect with the Community, which provides outreach to local nonprofits. Please come on up. Her organization partnered with Extraordinary Birthdays and AT&T to host a birthday party for homeless children. The club also raised $500 to donate to the Extraordinary Birthdays for future parties. Won't you join me in applauding the contributions of our 2016 Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award winner, Kathy Jang. This is yours. Please, come on. The Student Affairs Outstanding Student Employee Award is a divisional award given to undergraduate students who have made a significant impact on the quality of life for students and employees at the University of Maryland. Evidence of commitment to the job, leadership, quality of work, accomplishments, and a genuine dedication to providing service to students and the university community through the student's position is essential. This year's winners are Brian Garano and Ankur Nayak. I invite Brian and Ankur to the stage as I tell you a little bit about each of them. Brian is a senior double degree honors citation student in history and criminology and criminal justice. He is from Columbia, Maryland. Brian chairs the executive board for the University Student Judiciary and serves as the Chief Justice of the SGA. After graduation, Brian will attend law school at the University of Virginia. Brian's supervisor wrote, "Brian is a go-to student staff member for special projects in our office. Professional staff members trust in his ability to get the job done well and accurately. He consistently goes above and beyond." Ankur is a senior marketing major in the Smith School of Business from Laurel, Maryland. He is involved with Club Swim Team, Alpha Kappa Psi, and the Student Government Association. Ankur has played a part in planning campus events such as Homecoming, First Look Fair, and the All-Nighter. Ankur's supervisor wrote, "Ankur's personality is what truly makes him stand out. He is mature, funny, engaging, and creative. Our office has 2 student positions. In my 5 years, Ankur is the only student who excels at both." Congratulations to the winners of the 2016 Student Affairs Outstanding Student Employee Award, Brian Garano and Ankur Nayak. One of the most prestigious of our senior awards is the Laura O'Leary Award. It's presented to a senior class student who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender student community, as well as to the general interest of our university. Named for author and activist Audre Lorde and the late University of Maryland professor of theater, Ron O'Leary, this award recognizes some of the university's finest student leaders. This year's recipient is Samantha Souter. Samantha, won't you join me on stage? Samantha is a College Park Arts Scholar and an environmental science and policy major with a concentration in society and environmental issues. She has served as president of Pride Alliance and the Lavender Leadership Honor Society. Samantha was also co-music director of Macapella and a DJ at WMUC. She is a volunteer with Food and Friends, a member of the National Residence Hall Honorary, and vice president of Connections and Inclusions for the Residence Hall Association. She received the 2015 Resident Assistant of the Year Award. Samantha's worked to improve the lives of the UMD LGBT community. This is quoting from Samantha's application. "I have taken my passion for LGBTQA+ issues and spread that into all the spheres that I occupy. The best type of leader is one that uses their intersectional identities to make a statement. I bring my activism into my personal and professional life. I'm an RA at the Courtyards, and I make sure to include diversity and LGBT training into my work with residents and my staff. I am a founding member of the Lavender Leadership Honor Society, which is an organization that recognizes people for their leadership in the LGBTQA plus community. This organization represents what I want to do with my leadership. I want to, and I have been able to, influence others by sharing my story and providing support and mentorship for individuals so that they can become leaders and create change for themselves. Being out and queer makes a statement in many ways, even if I am not specifically working on queer issues, showing people that I can be an effective leader while holding my minority racial, sexual, and gender identities can empower and instill respect in the people who are part of my communities. I want you to join me in congratulating the winner of the 2016 Laura Leary Award, Samantha Souter.
I have to tell you that about 2 months ago, I saw the musical Hamilton in New York. So I feel very special for that reason. But since then, I think I've become a stalker of Lin-Manuel, who, if you don't know him, is this MacArthur genius who wrote this amazing musical called Hamilton. When there was a Tony Awards program, the entire Tony Awards, Lin-Manuel and a colleague were working backstage to write a spoken word piece about all the recipients. So I challenge one of you creative geniuses that throughout the awards banquet be thinking about a spoken word piece that we can do immediately at the end of the awards banquet that best reflects everything that went on this evening. Everyone's thinking, we're not doing that, we're just eating. But I know if there were to be a dance number to accompany that, I think it would be the basketball players, because they have become world-renowned doing their Running Man dance, that if you haven't seen it on video, you need to see it, because it's proof positive that Natasha Chris can teach anyone to dance. This evening, we are so proud of the fact that not only are we recognizing people who will receive their degrees from the University of Maryland, but we are probably in a room with folks who have already received their degrees from the University of Maryland. So you heard about the Legacy Scholarship earlier. I would like to just see by a show of hands, how many people in the room have at least one of your degrees from the University of Maryland already? Bravo. Bravo. How many of you have paid for at least almost or already one of the degrees? Bravo, my friends. Bravo. What I love is that we get a chance to laud all of our award winners this evening in the Diamondback, and that'll be on Thursday in the print edition, suitable for framing. So if you'll pick up one of those print copies, there'll be a full-page ad that showcases all of tonight's award winners. Our next two presenters are terrific campus citizens and mentors. Sue Briggs, Dr. Sue Briggs, is director of the Civicus Living Learning Program. I talk to students all the time, those who are currently in school and those long gone, who talk about the significance of her mentorship in their leadership careers. Sue will be followed by Dr. Marianne Rankin. Marianne serves as the Senior Vice President and Provost. She is a strong advocate for really innovative learning and the champion of the university's strategic plan. And it's a joy to have both Sue and Marianne presenting. So I present you with Sue Briggs.
The Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award. This award honors and recognizes an outstanding member of the Graduate Student Government Representative Assembly. The award is given to an assembly member who's gone above and beyond the call of their position in discharging their duties while representing the needs and interests of graduate students. The winner of this year's Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award is Claire Sengupta. Claire, won't you join me on stage? Claire is a fourth-year PhD student and a member of the Neuroscience and Cognitive Science, or the NACS program from Ellicott City, Maryland. She has been the NACS program representative since 2013 and has served as a member of the Graduate Student Government's Budget and Finance Committee and Grad Prom Committee. She was selected as the 2014-2015 Achievement Rewards for College Scientists, the ARCS, Foundation Endowment Scholar, and also the 2016-2017 ARCS Scholar for the Foundation Metro Maryland Chapter. Claire was also awarded the 2015 Graduate School Summer Research Fellowship from the University of Maryland Graduate School. Congratulations, the 2016 Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award winner, Claire Sengupta. Congratulations. Thank you. Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. Each spring semester, the members of the Greek community recognize one of their own as the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. This year's winner is Lauren Watson. I invite you to join me on stage as I share something of your credentials. Lauren is a physiology or neurobiology major from Owings Mills, Maryland. She served her chapter, Delta Gamma, as the Vice President of Panhellenic, and then provided leadership to the Panhellenic Association as the Vice President for Community Excellence, where she focused on enhancing community service for the 16 sororities in the council. Congratulations to the winner of the 2016 Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year, Lauren Watson.
Thank you.
Order of Omega Greek President of the Year. Each year, the Order of Omega and the Greek community selects one chapter president to recognize as the Outstanding Greek President of the Year. This award was presented previously, but we wanted to commend the winner of this award this year. I invite the recipient to join me on stage as I share a bit about you. Isaiah Mason. Isaiah is a criminology and criminal justice major and honors college student from Atlanta, Georgia. He served as the external vice president and chapter president of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. He has contributed his leadership abilities with the Black Business Association, the National Panhellenic Council, and Order of Omega Honor Society. Wouldn't you please join me in applauding the 2016 Greek Chapter President of the Year, Isaiah Mason.
The Veracruz Kochiyama Award is named after labor activist Philip Veracruz and civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Asian Pacific American community at the University of Maryland, and to the general interest of the university. An extraordinary group of student leaders was considered by a faculty, staff, and alumni committee and we are pleased to present this award to 4 recipients this evening. The 2016 Veracruz Kochiyama Award recipients are Omar Gohir, Elan Nguyen, Alexander Pryor, and Joel Vasquez. Please join me on stage as I share some information about each of you. Omar Gohir is a senior majoring in chemistry and economics. He has served as the treasurer for United Muslim Relief and raised over $58,000 and 2,600 pounds of food for local and global humanitarian efforts. Omar also founded the social enterprise K Sultana, which collaborated with homeless Muslim women in Baltimore to produce lightweight, breathable hijabs. Omar aspires to earn an MBA and empower low-income mothers to financially provide for their families. Unfortunately, Omar is unable to be with us this evening as he is traveling for a graduate school interview. Elan Nguyen is a senior majoring in psychology with an Asian American Studies minor. She currently serves as the president of the Asian American Student Union. Her social justice work has focused on empowering Asian Americans, women of color, and building racial justice coalitions. Elan has worked with the Office of Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy, the Conference on Asian Pacific American Leadership, and serves on the President's Student Advisory Council on Diversity and Inclusion. She was awarded the Major General Antonio Taguba Profiles in Courage and Leadership Scholarship from the Asian American Studies Program. Alexander Pryor is a senior majoring in American Studies. He currently serves as the Vice President for External Relations of the Asian American Student Union and was a founding member and past president of Alpha Theta Sigma Multicultural Fraternity. Alex has also held leadership positions with the Multiracial Biracial Student Association. He is best known for using art as a vehicle for change. Alex has been responsible for producing over 75 promotions. He was recently awarded the David A. Ellis Memorial Scholarship by the American Studies Department. Joel Vasquez is a senior majoring in government and politics and American studies with a 3.8 GPA from Bowie, Maryland. Joel serves as president for the Filipino Cultural Association and is a member of Omicron Delta Kappa. His work in the Filipino community has led to continued funding for scholarships and recognition of the Asian American Studies programs. Joel represents the University of Maryland on the board of the Filipino Veterans Recognition and Education Project, a national project seeking to gain federal recognition of Filipino World War II veterans. He has received the Timothy J. Ng Omicron Delta Kappa Scholarship and the Philip Merrill Presidential Scholarship. Please join me in congratulating our amazing winners. The Rebecca Williams Award for Commitment to Social Change is a tribute to Rebecca Williams, who was a psychometrist in the Counseling Center at the university from 1968 to 1987. This award is given to a University of Maryland undergraduate or graduate student who has demonstrated by his or her actions and beliefs a personal commitment to advocating change in issues of conscience and values, such as those that concern Becky Williams. Kathy Zhang, again, who we have met earlier this evening, is committed to social change in a variety of areas. We have already heard about her work as a volunteer tax preparer for low-income households, and Kathy's organization, Connect, with the community that raises awareness and support for local nonprofits. She also, interned at the Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy Office and focused on providing mental health support to students of color through leading a series of workshops. As Community Service Chair for the Smith Undergraduate Student Association, Kathy has planned a trip to Marie Reed Elementary School with Smith sophomores to read to children, and had KPMG, a corporate sponsor, donate books to all of the students in the school. Won't you join me once again in recognizing the winner of this year's Rebecca Williams Award, Kathy Zhang.
As I listen to the stories of these exceptional students, I'm always reminded that, boy, I have so much I need to do to even catch up with how incredible they are. And I've got a few years on them, just a few. It is a joy to know that you heard a little bit about some of our awards being selected by alumni, staff, faculty, all kinds of individuals who've played a critical role in selecting all of these awards recipients this evening. And just reading those applications really makes you feel good about the institution and the amazing influence we have on students, but more importantly, they have on us. So I would like to honor those folks who have served on award selection committees. Maybe you chaired them in your department, or you did a university-wide selection committee. Would those of you who helped us select the award recipients and honorees this evening please stand so that we may thank you. Now, lest you believe they're the only ones in the room that have a continued interest in you, this evening we're joined by faculty and staff members, by department chairs and vice presidents and others. There's an amazing, caring community out there that has so much investment in these students, and I'd like to thank you for spending part of your evening with us. Our next two presenters, Carlo Colella is the Vice President for Administration and Finance at the University of Maryland. So much of what we all do is a rich legacy, right? But not everyone can see it. And Carlo's shop, you can see it. You need only drive up Campus Drive and you see Edward St. John and lots of other buildings coming out of the ground to be something magnificent. And we have Carlo to thank for that. Dr. Mary Hummel is the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, where her portfolio includes leaders serving in resident life, dining, and transportation service, among other departments. Won't you join me on stage, Carlo?
In 1983, the union at the University of Maryland was named for Adele H. Stamp, the Dean of Women at the University of Maryland from 1922 until 1966. In recognition of her many contributions to the university community, the Stamp annually presents an award to an undergraduate or graduate student who has worked to further similar causes. The individual receiving this award also receives a cash prize. Through an application interview process, 2 finalists were chosen. They are listed in the program booklet. I would like to invite the recipient of the 2016 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award, Joel Vasquez, to join me on stage as I share a bit about you to the audience. We just met Joel a few minutes ago. He is American Studies and Government and Politics double major. He is president of the Filipino Cultural Association and member of the Dean's Advisory Board, College of Arts and Humanities. He is also a recipient of the Rawlings Undergraduate Leadership Fellow Award. Joel is a peer career educator at the University Career Center and a peer consultant in the Student Organization Resource Center. Congratulations, Joel Vasquez, winner of the 2016 Adele H. Stamp Student Memorial Award. The La Raza Unida Award translates as the People United. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Latino and Latina student community at the University of Maryland and to the advancement of the broader Latino community beyond the campus. Individuals considered for this award also advance the general interest of the university. This year's recipient of the 2016 La Raza Unida Award is Astrid Diaz. Astrid, won't you please join me on stage? Astrid Diaz is from Rockville, Maryland, and is pursuing a double major in anthropology and American studies. She held leadership positions in Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha, Incorporada and Political Latinx, United for Movement and Action in Society. She volunteered with America Counts and CASA as a community organizer. Quoting from the award recipient's application, I felt a pressing need to find students that I could relate to, not only because we shared similar backgrounds, but also because we were people who were determined to enhance our experience as Latina, Latino, Latinxs, the University of Maryland. My involvement with the Chi chapter of Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha, Incorporada and Political Latinx, United for Movement and Action in Society, exemplifies the legacy that I would like to leave at the University of Maryland upon graduating. Though it took some time for me to actively seek a role on this campus, I chose to get involved in activities that would not only enrich my personal experience as a student, but also generate change within the communities of which I am a member, so that others may benefit. Congratulations, Astrid.
I am pleased to present tonight the Emma Powers Award, which recognizes the student employee who's made the most significant positive contribution to both dining services and the campus community. The award is named in memory of Emma Powers, a dining services employee from 1965 to 1982, who served as both manager and later as student employee coordinator. The recipient of this award receives a $1,000 scholarship. I would like to tell you a little bit about our award winner as I ask him to join me on stage. Yakemi Wilson, in his 2.5 years with the Department of Dining Services, has increased our student program in the food court by 25%. He takes pride in training the new students he hires and makes sure that they're following all the policies and procedures. He has excellent customer service skills and has a great relationship with his student staff, along with the guests that he helps on a daily basis. Yekemi has also learned how to efficiently run Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, the Maryland Dairy, and Sbarro's Italian restaurant. He takes an active role in both helping his fellow staff members and managers while managing the integrity of the entire unit. Congratulations, Emma Powers Award winner, Yekemi Wilson. The Christopher Carey Customer Service Award recognizes a student employee who has demonstrated exceptional customer service to others in the campus community. Chris was a student employee of Dining Services and worked at Mulligan's, the golf course restaurant. Each day he came to work, Chris captured the essence of what we value in our department. This award, named in Chris's memory, is a way of encouraging all employed in the University of Maryland Dining Services to strive for the same goals, to do so with pride, and always with Chris's great smile. Chris's parents, Mike and Linda Carey, are here with us this evening. Won't you please stand and allow us to recognize you, Mike and Linda? As I introduce the recipient of the award this year, Mark Schwab, I ask him to join me on stage. Mark is an electrical engineering student who has dedicated his time to tutoring fellow students. Although he's a student supervisor, Mark actively participates in our frontline operations, where he ensures that food is handled properly, listens to customer needs, and successfully monitors the customer service experience. Mark addresses customer grievances and staff mistakes in order to take corrective action and seek assistance from management staff. He turns these situations into feedback, which we're able to implement and utilize to grow as a management team. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2016 Chris Carey Customer Service Award, Mark Schwab. Over 90% of our first-year students and thousands of upper-class students live in University of Maryland residence halls, apartment, and our public-private partnerships. Unlike any other connections, students often find their initial sense of community at the University of Maryland is with the residents of their floor or the members of their hall council. Talented resident assistants who serve as role models, programmers, peer counselors, resource people, and engaged leaders nurture this sense of community. Among the best are 6 individuals awarded this evening with the Resident Assistant of the Year Awards. Representing 6 of the residence hall communities, I would like to introduce you to the 2016 Resident Assistants of the Year. As I introduce you, won't you please join me on the stage? Jay Huang is a junior accounting major in his 2nd year as a resident assistant in Cumberland Hall. Jay is receiving this award because of his dedication and leadership. His priority is to be available to other resident assistants and, of course, his residents. Unfortunately, Jay is unable to join us this evening and will accept this award on his behalf. Audrey Simmons is a 2nd-year Denton Hall resident assistant. She's currently working towards a career in higher education administration and will be participating in a summer housing program at Case Western Reserve in Ohio this summer. Her dedication and passion for student development makes her a perfect recipient for this award. Katie Wilhelm from Perry Hall, Maryland, is a senior American Studies major and 2nd-year resident assistant. Katie serves as teaching assistant for the resident assistant class, is a supervisor for conference and visitor services, and is an academic achievement program tutor. Austin Wachuku is a senior computer engineering major in the Honors College. He works as a resident assistant for the Advanced Cybersecurity Experience Program in Prince Frederick Hall. Austin's residents describe him as fun, supportive, enthusiastic, everything that makes the perfect role model. He's excelled this year by creating New Hall initiatives and assisting residents with challenging coursework. His coworkers call him the RA for RAs and say that he's a major support and resource. Nadia Lanillon is a senior from Baltimore, Maryland. She is the president of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, a peer educator for the University of Maryland Health Center, a federal semester fellow, and McNair scholar. Nadia is conducting research on the oral health literacy of college students at the Center for Health Literacy in the School of Public Health. Nadia is also the co-founder of the social enterprise Cocoa Queens. Margaret Magnaye is a senior hearing and speech sciences major from Oxon Hill, Maryland. Margaret has served as a resident assistant and leader in the South Hill community for 2 years. She's built a welcoming, inclusive atmosphere, and Margaret is vice president of the Filipino Cultural Association. Congratulations to all the winners of the 2016 Resident Assistant of the Year Awards.
My good friends from catering, who just gave great accolades to one of their colleagues, they're the only people I know that can flip a napkin and make it look really like the Olympics, are now picking up your plate, so there will no longer be any evidence as to whether or not you ate all your vegetables. Because dessert is fast approaching, and it will be Smith Island cake, which is the state dessert of the state of Maryland. Who knew? But it is true. By graduation, some of the awards that are being presented this evening and their recipients will be on the Wall of Honor here in the stamp, all engraved after the secrecy has been lifted. The other thing that I would say is that you have floral pieces on your table. Now, there could be kind of a kicking and pinching kind of fight about this, but Mother's Day is coming on next Sunday. So here's what we are suggesting. Mothers never tell their ages, but the mother whose birthday is closest to today, who's sitting at any table, gets to take home the flowers. And you can say you gave them to Mom for Mother's Day. Remember, Mom, I gave you those flowers. So wear them as a wrist corsage, whatever works for you, but they're yours. Oh, look at that. Now people are fessing up to when your birthday is. Mm-hmm. Did you get it all figured out, or did you find out you had twins at the table? Anyone? Twins? Our next set of presenters this evening are two terrific women. Dr. Kumeya Shorter-Gooden is the Chief Diversity Officer and Associate Vice President here at the University of Maryland. A terrific advocate for identity development and also the way in which we come together as a community for dialogue and discussion and growth. Kumeya is a gem of the university. She will be followed by Ms. Deborah Hemingway, who has served 2 years as president of the Graduate Student Government. Now, I have to tell you, Deborah probably wins the award for most courageous presenter, because Deborah had William Maxwell 2 weeks ago, her new son, who joins her daughter. And William Maxwell is probably the youngest guest at the awards banquet this evening, because he is 2 weeks old and here tonight. So we are very glad to have Deborah join us as a presenter, as not only the president of the Graduate Student Government, but William Maxwell's mom. won't you join us, Kumeya?
Good evening. The Letters and Sciences Outstanding Student Award is presented to a current or former member of the Letters and Sciences program who has distinguished him or herself as a scholar and leader. I invite the winner to join me on stage as I share a bit about him. Seth? All right. D. Seth Mitchell is a sophomore business management and marketing double major from Randolph, New Jersey. He is a member of the Global Communities Living and Learning program. He co-founded the Personal Fitness Challenge for the Hope Worldwide Initiative and created the Increasing the Odds program. Seth is an intern at the Montgomery County Church of Christ. He intends to change the world one person at a time. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Letters and Sciences Outstanding Student Award, D. Seth Mitchell. The Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athlete of the Year Awards are presented to an outstanding male and female intercollegiate athlete. This award holds up the extraordinary leaders who embody the definition of a stellar student athlete. Those individuals who combine academic excellence, leadership on the field of competition and on campus, as well as athletic excellence. Taylor, please join me on stage. Last spring, Taylor Cummings became the youngest female two-time Tewaaraton Award winner, recognizing the top lacrosse player in the country. A member of the U.S. national lacrosse team, Taylor has been named National Midfielder of the Year, a first-time All-American, and the most outstanding player of the NCAA championship, where she helped Maryland win back-to-back titles. Last year, she won Maryland's first ever Big Ten Female Athlete of the Year award after leading the nation with 100 points and being in the top 10 nationally in almost every statistical category. Taylor is completing a degree in finance from the Smith School of Business, and she's been an active member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and has participated in many community service events. Mike Shawaran earned first-team All-American honors in just his second year with the Terps as a starting pitcher on the baseball team. Michael was unanimous selection to the All Big Ten first team and set a record for most career wins in a season with 24. He was named Big Ten Pitcher of the Week 4 different times. He was the second Terp ever to play for USA Baseball this past summer. An econ major, Mike is active with the Maryland Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and he's been a volunteer with various community service events. Unfortunately, Mike is unable to attend this evening's program due to a scheduled series against Penn State in University Park. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2016 Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athletes of the Year, Taylor Cummings and Mike Shawaran. The Mary McLeod Bethune Award is presented to a senior class member who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the African American student community and the general interest of the University of Maryland. One of the most valued senior prizes, this award recognizes leadership in all areas of the campus community. The selection committee of faculty and staff members indicated that this was an exceptionally talented group of senior leaders. The recipient of the 2016 Mary McLeod Bethune Award is Kalani Johnson. Kalani, would you please join me? Kalani is a senior sociology and criminology major, Robert McNair Scholar, and a Maryland Incentive Awards Program recipient. She received a University Honors Citation, was Student of the Month for the Department of Sociology, and was recognized for an Undergraduate Research Award by the Association of Black Sociologists. Kalani was an alternative break peer instructor in Cuenca, Ecuador, and a Terps for Change dialogue coordinator. She volunteers for the Tacoma Park Emergency Food Pantry and So Others Might Eat. This is a quote from her application. According to Mary McLeod Bethune, quote, "We have a powerful potential in our youth, and we must have the courage to change old ideas and practices so that we may direct their power toward good ends," end quote. So I did, Kalani says. I went against the old practices. I took the conversations that I had with my friends who are Black, and I had them in dialogic spaces of Terps service and Terps for change. The dialogues have to go beyond what is white privilege. Accordingly, I've led conversations about the impact of respectability politics on the Black civil rights movement and the current Black Lives Matter movement. Conversations about the obstacle of white fragility and guilt when talking about race, and about the complexities of colorism in minority communities, and the importance of media representations. While I took the non-traditional route of Black leadership, which usually means leading a predominantly Black organization, I know that my work as a student leader is equally as important. These conversations cannot be limited to the Black community. As a leader, I have the ability to bring awareness to such issues to spaces that are not predominantly Black. So I did, and people didn't hate me. Apparently, Kalani's not here, but please join me in congratulating her as the recipient of the 2016 Mary McLeod Bethune Award. The Student Government Association presents the William L. Thomas Award annually. For 27 years, the late Bud Thomas served as Vice President for Student Affairs. We remember his life and legacy by seeking to advance the causes that were important to him, including leadership and student governance. This award recognizes individuals who have directly contributed to the Student Government Association and its constituents. Let me tell you about this year's recipient of the 2016 William L. Thomas Award, Sarah Nazelski. Would you please join me? Sarah Nazelski is a double major in mechanical engineering and economics from Ellicott City, Maryland. She's held important leadership roles, including Vice President of Financial Affairs for the Student Government Association and President of Omicron Delta Kappa, National Leadership Honor Society. She also is the recipient of the A. James Clark School of Engineering Dean's Award and the Spirit of Maryland Award. Join me in congratulating Sarah Nazelski.
The Nimburu Cultural Center serves as a community and cultural center for all members of the campus community. Each year, the center presents 2 awards. The John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award is presented to honor John Slaughter, who served as Chancellor of the University from 1982 to 1988. This award is presented to an African American senior who is a role model, student activist, and who has made a concerted effort to contribute to the intellectual and co-curricular development of African American students. Sierra Thomas is a senior economic major at the University of Maryland. She serves the campus as president of the NAACP UMCP chapter, former university senator, and performer for the Vagina Monologues productions. She sits on the NAACP Economic Development Committee for Prince George's County. A woman of Jamaican and African American descent, she is passionate about social justice and economic development of Black individuals in both national and cross-cultural contexts. After college, she hopes to attend law school and pursue a career as a social entrepreneur. Won't you please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of the winner of the John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award, Sierra Thomas. The second award presented by the Nimburu Cultural Center is the J. Otis Williams Memorial Award. This award honors the late Otis Williams, who served as the director of the Nimburu Cultural Center. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and dedication to cultural awareness, identity development, and who have been an advocate for student interests. This year's recipient is Reese Hall. Reese, please join me on stage. Reese is a senior sociology major, a Ronald E. McNair Scholar, and Social Innovator Scholar from Greenbelt, Maryland. He has been a part of Nimburu's very own Black Male Initiative program all 4 years at Maryland, and has had the honor to serve as the leader of the program for the 2015-2016 school year. Reese was selected to be the student representative for the University of Maryland's Black Lives Matter chapter and has been appointed to both the Dean Student Advisory Council for the College of Behavioral Science and to the President's Council for Diversity and Inclusion. He has worked on and published works around the misframing of educational success of young Black boys and homeless culture in the metropolitan area. Reese was awarded the Kwanzaa Community Warrior Award. So please join me in congratulations to the winner of the J. Otis Williams Cultural Leadership Award, Reese Hall. Congratulations.
So, how's dessert? Isn't it delicious? It is really good. Now, if you didn't get enough sugar, though, you see those beautiful terrapin cookies on your table? That's going to get you home. And I don't know how far away some of you live, but I live in Baltimore. So if you just do, one bite every 10 miles, it'll get you home. For those of you from New Jersey or Pennsylvania, it's going to be a slow ride. What I do love is that I want to thank our colleagues in catering for this evening's meal. Thank you so much, both for the culinary masterpieces The other thing I would say is that this awards banquet absolutely happens because people invest lots of time and energy, none more so than Donna Lim, who serves as the coordinator and activist for this event. And it is like being the ringleader at a circus. So thank you, Donna. But we wouldn't be here without you. Thanks to the awards banquet committee who helps to make sure that all of it falls into place, but also works on things like publications and selection and all the rest. And to the STAMP staff who set the chairs and filmed this for live streaming, thanks a bundle. To Cheek, who never miss a beat, thank you so much. Our next three presenters are terrific souls. John Zacher serves as the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. He has a long history at the University of Maryland working for that moral compass in all of us. But he is also my boss. So when he comes to the stage, if you could really give him a resounding applause, it may help me. He'll be followed by Dr. What did I just name you, Doctor? Oh my gosh. Who knew? I saw it. It just came into my head. Mr. Patrick Ronk is the president of the Student Government Association. 2 years in that role, from Annapolis to College Park, he has really advanced student issues. I have to tell you, every year I think there's a student whose voice is in my head, asking, prodding, pushing, reminding me of what is important. I'd say that voice for the last couple years has been Patrick's. He will be sorely missed when he graduates, but one of his legacies will be the Student Involvement Suite, which will open downstairs later this summer. Patrick will be followed by Dr. Alex Chen. Alex is the Associate Dean of the Graduate School. He is an incredible advocate for graduate students, one of which, Deborah, you just saw here a moment ago. Won't you join me on stage, John Zacher?
Marcia's always a hard act to follow. The Megan Price Scholarship Award for Leadership and Public Service. An alumna of the College Park Scholars Public Leadership Program, the late Megan Price embodied the qualities of leadership, dedication, and involvement in the community. The Megan Price Scholarship Award for Leadership and Public Service honors her legacy and promise, including her service as student body president. The 2016 Megan Price Scholarship Award for Leadership and Public Service recipient is Meredith Lightstone. Meredith is a junior government and politics and global health innovation and policy double major from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the public leadership program, she served as peer captain, peer mentor, and scholars ambassador. She has been the director of communications for the Student Government Association, as well as a founding member of TERPS for Hillary and Technica, the University of Maryland's first all-ladies hackathon promoting diversity in STEM. Won't you join me in applauding the contributions of the winner of the 2016 Megan Price Scholarship Award for Leadership and Public Service, Meredith Lightstone. As you can tell, Meredith is not with us. Meredith is unable to join us this evening as she is studying abroad at the American University of Rome. I will accept the award on her behalf. James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Awards. The James H. Kehoe Award and Ethel Kessler Award honor the former men's intramural sports director, Jim Kehoe, and the former women's intramural sports director, Ethel Kessler. Both of these individuals served for a combined 45 years. These awards are presented by Campus Recreation Services, now known as University Recreation and Wellness, to the male and female undergraduate or graduate students who have provided the highest degree of leadership and service to the recreational needs of the university community. I would like to introduce to you the winners this evening and invite them to join me on stage. Laura Dorfer is a psychology major from Boston, Massachusetts. She has been employed at the University Recreation and Wellness since 2013 and has served at the department as a Maryland Adventure Trip Leader, Challenge Course Facilitator, and a Climbing Wall staff member. In addition, Laura serves as a Veteran Adventure Orientation Program Facilitator and a Turtle Camp Facilitator. Nathan Lawless is a Nathan is a junior environmental science and technology major from Finksburg, Maryland. He has worked for University Recreation and Wellness since 2012 as an intramural sports official and supervisor. In addition to his work with intramural sports, he is a sports club supervisor and a TerpQuest camp counselor. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2016 James H. Kehoe Award winner Laura Dorfer and the 2016 Ethel Kessler Award winner Nathan Lawless. The Camille K. Rajpat Memorial Award for the outstanding member of the student judiciary is given to the person in the university student judiciary who, through his or her service, most exemplifies the ideals of truth, honesty, integrity, empathy, and compassion. The award is named in memory of Camille Rajpat, who served on the student judiciary as a member and a presiding officer of the Student Honor Council from 1997 to 98. Camille died suddenly in October of 1998 from complications due to cancer treatment. This is the 9th year this award is given, with its name thanks to a generous gift from Camille's family. Her parents are here this evening. Won't you please stand and let us recognize you, Mr. and Mrs. Rajpat. As I introduce our recipient, Brian Garino, I would like to ask him to walk to the stage for me. We met Brian earlier this evening. He is a senior from Columbia, Maryland. In addition to serving on SGA's governance board, he was a volunteer with Terps for Change program and served as an arts and humanities ambassador. Brian is earning a dual degree in criminal justice and history. He has served in every facet of the student conduct process as a community advocate, board member, presiding officer, and also serves on the Standing Review Committee for Title IX cases. Under his leadership, USJ has become more organized and able to provide more to its members. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2016 Camille K. Rajpat Memorial Award, Brian Garino. The Pavella Prize recognizes a student who has made significant contributions to campus life through active advocacy for academic integrity, or through the development of programs intended to promote integrity, character, and ethics. The prize is named in honor of May Pavella, mother of former Director of Judicial Programs Gary Pavella. Gary served the university for over 25 years and was the primary author of both the Code of Student Conduct and the Code of Academic Integrity. I invite the winner to join me on stage as I share a little bit about him, Ian Sloan. Ian is a criminology and criminal justice major from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. He will be the first male in his department to receive a women's study certificate. He is a and I've learned, Ian, from a couple of experiences with you, you are a charming young man. Ian is also a lifeguard and a lifeguard supervisor at the Eppley Recreation Center and a Freshman Connections panelist. He has consistently volunteered for academic integrity presentations across the campus and attends all university student judiciaries. Ian is eager to help new members whenever he can. Congratulations, the 2016 Pavella Prize for Outstanding Contributions to Academic Integrity and Student Ethical Development Programming winner, Ian Sloan.
While the main focus this evening has been on the exceptional student leaders at the University of Maryland, we all know that for every outstanding leader you meet, there's likely a mentor, parent, sibling, or friend that has played a crucial role in the development of excellent skills and a positive sense of self. Over 800 staff and faculty advisors advise our over 800 student groups here at the University of Maryland. The Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization Award is presented to a faculty or staff member at the university who has served as an extraordinary guide and mentor. The student groups that they advise nominated the candidates for this award. A selection committee of students, faculty, and staff identified a group of finalists from the pool of exceptional advisors. I would like to introduce you to this year's recipient, Donna Hammer. Donna, will you please join me on stage? Donna has been a vital component of the UM chapter of the Society of Physics Students. She was always willing to meet with members to provide insight and advice on helping the club succeed and grow, yet stepping in should they need any additional help or encouragement. With her assistance, they are better leaders and more prepared to meet the challenges of working in the physics field. Her nominator writes, Donna meets with our office on a monthly basis and talks us through our long and short-term objectives for the club. She provides the perfect balance of letting us grow on our own ideas, but then following up with us to make sure we are meeting the appropriate milestones to accomplish those objectives. She's great at letting us develop the club in our own leadership skills, but always stepping in should we need any additional help or encouragement. I've always felt comfortable contacting her should I need any help, and I know I will get an insightful response or support. I also know that she is great at checking up on our projects, which gives our whole club and officer staff incentive to follow through on our plans and complete the tasks in the time frame that was agreed upon in our meetings. In short, Donna has provided us an environment that allows our club to grow organically and in the direction that the officers and members want it to. But she also makes sure we follow through with our own decisions and ensures we have the tools to do so. Please join me in applauding the countless contributions of all of our advisors, and again, recognizing the 2016 Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization Award winner, Ms. Donna Hammer.
Several months ago, student organizations, deans, directors, department heads, and faculty members were invited to nominate outstanding graduate students for the Distinguished Service Award. The response was overwhelming. Campus citizens were anxious to laud the accomplishments of countless graduate students in the areas of scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service. This evening, I would like to introduce you to some of our best, our finalists for the University of Maryland Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award. I invite each finalist to come to the stage so we may recognize you and present you with a small memento. Stephanie Cork. Stephanie is a kinesiology doctoral student who is committed to serving the graduate student population. She is the chair of the Graduate Assistant Advisory Council and an active member of the Graduate Student Government. She has served on the President's Commission on Disability Issues since 2014 and is the current co-chair for the inaugural Disability Research Summit. Rachel Dudley. Rachel is a linguistics doctoral student who leads by example in the organization of conferences and research groups in mentorship and outreach across disciplines and universities. During the course of her academic study, Rachel has been instrumental in developing interdisciplinary conferences, organizing major international conferences on language acquisition, and mentoring local high school students. Amir Kashani-Poor. Amir is a doctoral student pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering. As an international student, Amir dedicated himself to creating more opportunities for his fellow students to become part of the Maryland community. As the president of the Mechanical Engineering Graduate Association and the only PhD student on the Senate Executive Committee of the University Senate, Amir has excelled in service to students while thriving academically through the production of 9 publications. Angel Miles. Angel is a doctoral student pursuing a degree in women's studies. Angel is a critical disability, gender, and race scholar focusing on the field of feminist disability scholarship. Angel is a member of DREAM, Disability Rights, Education, Activism, and Mentoring, serving as co-coordinator of their e-mentoring program. Since 2012, she has served as a member of the National Youth Transition Center and National Veterans Center Program Advisory Committee. She is a pivotal figure in the disability rights movement in the Washington, D.C. area. Alice Olmstead. Alice is an astronomy doctoral student. Alice spent considerable time creating a more equitable and inclusive academic climate to improve undergraduate education. Her current thesis focuses on the assessment of teaching-focused professional development workshops for faculty. She is also on course to produce the first PhD dissertation in the field of astronomy education research. Nice. Alice founded the Astrophysics Gentle Ladies Network, a supportive community of women where graduate students mentor undergraduate students. Please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of these outstanding graduate student leaders. The winner of this year's Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award is Angel Miles. The recipient was nominated with the following words. Angel is a critical disability, gender, and race scholar, emerging as a unique and insightful thinker in the fields of feminist disability scholarship. She is a pivotal figure in the larger disability rights movement in the Washington, D.C. area, and is an educator, leader, and activist on our campus and in the larger community. Diversity and inclusion experts on campus consistently learn from Angel's ability to unpack and critically analyze issues of disability, gender, class, and race. One of her main tenets that if we create a university environment that is accessible to our most marginalized students, from those low-income backgrounds who are first generation and those with disabilities, we will be better serving everyone. Over her years with us, Angel gently but actively has questioned the diversity and inclusion work of the university, pushing us to understand how perspectives on disability are getting in our way in terms of equity and access for first-generation students, students of color, and especially students with disabilities who until relatively recently, historically, have not been as present in our graduate schools. A fluent thinker and speaker on issues of equity, disability as identity, universal design, and other related concepts, one of the greatest services Angel has provided this campus is to strengthen our thinking and action around how we all benefit from inclusion. Please join me in congratulating the 2016 winner of the University of Maryland Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Angel Miles.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for this distinguished honor. It really means a lot. But just serving the University of Maryland communities meant even more. It's been a great reward, and I've learned a lot from it. They said if we got a chance, we could say a little something. So I wrote a little something. So I think that it would be great. I've been very fortunate to watch the University of Maryland grow over the years in terms of its inclusion of diversity and people with disabilities as a part of diversity. And a few things I think that I would like to challenge Maryland to think about further is just to remember that in order to prepare our population, our students for the world, they need to be thinking about disability. 1 in 5 people have a disability. That's 20% of the population, which would actually make it the largest minority in the country. And if you live long enough, you will have a disability, so it's something that affects everyone. And so we need to make sure that we have disability as a major part of our discipline to prepare students for the world. And I just like to challenge the university to also expand educational opportunities for people with not just physical disabilities, but also people with intellectual disabilities. There are some universities that have programs that include that, and it shouldn't just stop at special education. We need to think about how we can include them in regular education classes. Also thinking about funding for people with disabilities to help bridge the gap between the cost of disability and the cost of education and the extra burden that also comes from spending time with activism or just advocacy. You have to advocate to survive, not just because I went to school just wanting to be a journalist, and then all of a sudden there were all these barriers, and I was like, I guess I need to talk about this. So anyway, those are just a few of my suggestions, and I just really appreciate this. It's been a great honor, and I really feel privileged to be on this board with these wonderful students too. So thank you to them.
If you didn't hear Angel, she said she had to thank her mother. She forgot to thank her mother. Thanks, Mom. Thank you all. We come to the last segment of the awards banquet and our last 2 presenters this evening. Dr. Linda Clement is the Vice President for Student Affairs. She is my role model for what it means to put students at the center of all we do, and a tireless activist for all that is good at the University of Maryland. Dr. Wallace Lowe is the President of the University of Maryland. He makes this extraordinary promise when he's with students at the new student welcome that he wants to meet everyone. And I think people take him up on that offer. He makes it again at graduation, and he passes out all kinds of pins, and people line up. So if you haven't had your chance, this is one of the smaller crowds to meet Dr. Lowe tonight. So feel free to do so as they present our last 3 awards.
Good evening, folks. We have come to the last series of awards for the evening, and I'm very pleased to be here with Dr. Lowe presenting them. Each year, the finalists for the Wilson H. Elkins Award, the H.C. Bird Award, and the Sally Sterling Bird Award combine to form the Maryland Medallion Society. This prestigious group showcases the talents of 20 of the brightest and the most capable of the university's undergraduate student leaders. Altogether, these individuals boast an exceptional cumulative grade point average. Leaders in the classroom and in countless student organizations, they are 20 individuals who have enlivened our university. As I introduce each finalist, I invite you to join me on the stage. President Lowe will present each Maryland Medallion member with the medallion. Leah I. Leah is a senior with a double major in accounting and information systems from Clarksburg, Maryland. She is president of the Business and IT Society and is a member of ODK. This Maryland Club volleyball athlete is an intern with Voices of Social Change and the executive director of the Smith Start program. Congratulations, Leah. Kayla Coots. Kayla. Kayla, whom we met earlier this evening, is a senior marketing and dance double major from Denville, New Jersey. This women's soccer club captain was a volunteer for Best Buddies in the Appalachian Service Project. Kayla has held various leadership positions in her sorority, Alpha Chi Omega. She is a member of ODK and is the recipient of the Colonel J. Logan Schuetz Sigma Circle Leader of the Year Award. Congratulations, Kayla. I can't even see what they're doing, but I'm watching your faces, so I... Emily Frake. Emily is a senior chemical engineering major with a 3.9 grade point average from Cincinnati, Ohio. She is the captain of the volleyball team and serves as philanthropy chair for ODK. Emily is also the chair of the Women in Engineering Student Advisory Board and is a Clark School ambassador. Congratulations, Emily. Christopher Fry. Chris is a senior environmental economics major from Glen Burnie, Maryland. He was the vice president of external relations for the Interfraternity Council and an alternative break experience leader. This honors college student is part of Beyond the Classroom Living and Learning program and events coordinator for ODK. Congratulations, Chris. Ben Guillermo. Brian is another familiar face this evening. This 3.9 GPA senior from Columbia, Maryland is earning a dual degree in criminal justice and history. In addition to serving on the SGA's governance board, he is a member of ODK. He was a volunteer with the Terps for Change program and served as an RU ambassador. He has served in every facet of the student government process, as you heard earlier, as a community advocate, board member, presiding officer, and also serves on the Standing Review Committee for Title IX cases. Congratulations, Brian. Melina Howard. Melina is a senior kinesiology major from Aurora, Ohio, and serves as a teaching assistant. She is captain of the women's basketball team and serves as vice president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. She is a 3-time All-ACC academic team recipient and received the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award. She is a member of the Student Library Advisory Committee and ODK and is a volunteer for Team Impact, Adopt a Family, the Food Pantry, and Terps Against Hunger. Congratulations, Melina. Annika McGinnis. Annika is a senior multi-platform journalism, international development, and French studies triple major with a 3.9 grade point average from Ellicott City, Maryland. She has been an experienced leader for alternative break trips and assistant news editor for the Diamondback. Annika is also a member of ODK and Priyanam Honor Society. Congratulations, Annika. Ian Moritz. Ian is a senior finance and management double major from Kendall Park, New Jersey. He serves on the Athletic Council and is the Athletic Department Liaison for the Student Government Association. Ian is also the founder and chair of the Athletic Department Advisory Council and vice president for ODK. Congratulations, Ian. Ankur Nayak. Ankur is another familiar face. He is a senior marketing major from Laurel, Maryland. He is president of Club Swimming and a member of the Stamp Advisory Board. Ankur is the social chair for Phi Alpha Delta Pre-Law Fraternity and Alpha Kappa Psi Professional Business Fraternity. He has been an undergraduate programming intern for Stamp Special Events and is involved with the Student Government Association. Congratulations, Ankur. Sarah Nizelski. Sarah, who we met earlier this evening, is a senior mechanical engineering and economics double major from Ellicott City, Maryland. She was a project leader for an engineering design class and is now a project leader for Maryland Sustainability Engineering. Sarah is the president of ODK and the vice president of finance for the Student Government Association. She has also held leadership positions in Engineers Without Borders, Flexus, Society of Women Engineers, Pi Tau Sigma, and RHA Hall Council. Congratulations, Sarah. Allison Peters. Allison is a senior government and politics and history double major from Frederick, Maryland. She is the president of the Residence Hall Association and lead facilitator for the Peer Leadership Council, Turtle Camp, and Maryland Leadership Conference. This academic achievement program history tutor is also a member of ODK. Congratulations, Allison. Kevin Pinault. Kevin is a senior bioengineering major with a 3.9 GPA from Wilmington, Delaware. He is a resident assistant and a Clark School ambassador. Kevin is the founder, editor, and research chair of the Catalyst Research Journal. He received the 2016 Fischel Outstanding Citizen Award and is a member of ODK. Congratulations, Kevin. Patrick Ronk. Patrick is a government and politics major from Bridgewater, New Jersey. He is a two-term Student Government Association president. He was a member of the Food Recovery Network and is a member of ODK, and he's also a campus tour guide for Maryland Images. He was an ODK top 10 freshman in 2013. Congratulations, Patrick. Emily Schweik. Emily is a senior broadcast journalism major with a minor in music performance with a 4.0 GPA from Glen Elg, Maryland. She was president of the Society of Professional Journalists and a reporter for Maryland Capital News Service. Emily is currently the webmaster and social media coordinator for ODK. Congratulations, Emily. Ryan Scott. Ryan is a senior kinesiology major from Montgomery Village, Maryland. He is the president of TERP Vets, as well as a platoon leader for the Army Reserves Officer Training Corps. This volunteer EMT and firefighter is also a National Guardsman, and he will commission as an active duty Army officer in May. Congratulations, Ryan. Austin Trupp. Austin is a senior with a double major in management and government and politics from North Potomac, Maryland. He has chaired the University Student Judiciary and is the founder of RISE, a student-based service organization. Austin has been a resident assistant, and he's also a member of ODK. Congratulations, Austin. Ajane Truss. Ajane is a senior information systems major from Newark, Delaware. She's a member of the Mortarboard Honor Society, ODK, and the president and choreographer for the ballet company M. She is also a mentor for the College of Arts and Humanities Social Innovation Scholars. Ajane was an orientation advisor and is now the program registrar for the Office of Orientation and New Student Programs. Congratulations, Ajane. Joel Vasquez. Joel is someone we've met earlier this evening. He is a senior majoring in government and politics and American studies with a 3.8 GPA from Bowie, Maryland. Joel serves as president for the Filipino Cultural Association and is a member of ODK. Joel represents the University of Maryland on the board of the Filipino Veterans Recognition and Education Project, a national project seeking to gain federal recognition of Filipino World War II veterans. Congratulations, Joel. Sarah Ann Ye. Sarah Ann is a senior biological sciences major with a 3.9 GPA from Gaithersburg, Maryland. She has been a lead facilitator and core group facilitator for the Maryland Leadership Conference, Turtle Camp, and Terrapin Leadership Institute. Sarah Ann has also served as an experienced leader for alternative break trips and is a member of ODK. Congratulations, Sarah Ann. Iowa Sue. Iowis is a senior biochemistry and cell biology and molecular genetics double major with a 3.9 GPA from Clarksville, Maryland. He volunteers at Howard General Hospital and serves on the University Senate. Iowis is president of the Maryland International Genetically Engineered Machine Team, as well as a member of ODK. Congratulations, Iowis. Would you join me in a round of applause for our entire group of the Medallion Society? All of the members of the Maryland Medallion Society are eligible for the Wilson H. Elkins Citizenship Award. This honor is presented annually to a senior who displays outstanding involvement and leadership in campus activities and who has contributed significantly to the general advancement of student affairs. This annual award is named for University of Maryland President Wilson Elkins, who served from 1954 to 1978. Having already introduced you to each of the finalists for this award, I introduce our annual award winner by reading from the individual's essay, and I quote, "During my time as a Terp, I have taken the initiative to challenge the status quo and set new precedents in the engineering department. The Clark School's wide range of opportunities, both inside and outside the classroom, leads many students to stay in that corner of campus for their 4 years. As both a BSOS and Smith student with experience in student affairs leadership, I brought a unique perspective, set a new example, and built relationships and connections between engineering and other parts of campus. As the VP of Financial Affairs for the SGA, I have the privilege of working with hundreds of Maryland student groups as they plan their operations and programming. This exciting yet humbling experience has shown me diversity in every essence of the word. Although each training, email, and conversation, I was able to assist another puzzle piece that makes up our community. Each group and student leader has specific missions, strengths, experiences, and challenges, and each organization never ceases to amaze me with their creativity, drive, and commitment. I am thankful for the opportunity to learn from every group I work with because each has helped me be a better leader and show me what life is like on their stage, classroom, field, or conference center. We are most grateful you shared your leadership and passion for advocacy and people with the university community. Won't you join me in congratulating recipient of the 2016 Wilson H. Elkins Award, Sarah Nozelski. Couldn't be prouder of you, my dear. The stage is yours.
Well, I guess I would just like to thank everyone who's here. Everyone on stage, I've been able to work with most of you throughout college, and people not here who have really made Maryland a second home. Not that my family hasn't been very involved. Probably most people here have met them too. But I guess I would first like to thank them because they have kind of, made me what I am today. Always there to support me, there to listen to the late night phone calls home and edit essays and help with all of that. And I don't know what I would do without you. And everyone in the student affairs and here in Stamp and over in Mitchell and downstairs in our pseudo SGA SORC office this year. And it's just really been a blessing getting to know everyone. I'm in denial that it is now May and graduation is this month after finals, so I'm not like too looking forward to that, but no, they'll be fine. Yeah, but I guess just thank you and go Terps.
Now the H.C. Byrd Award. The Citizenship Prize for Men is presented as a memorial to the late President Emeritus H.C. Byrd. It is presented to the male member of the senior class who has the most typically typified the model citizen. The male members of the Maryland Medallion Society are finalists for this high honor. I read to you from our recipient's essay. Quote, "It has taken 4 years and challenges across campus to assume the title of leader and have an impact on our campus community. The experiences in which I grew the most as a leader are creating and running the Athletic Department Student Advisory Council, being a peer innovation coach for the Academy for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and serving the community as a member of the Civicus Living and Learning Program. In summary, I am grateful to the University of Maryland and to all of these student leaders that came before me as they have set the wheel in motion for developing new fearless leaders. Each leadership challenge I faced taught me something new, like creating and running a robust student athletic council, inspiring my peers to think and act fearlessly, and serving and empathizing with those in the community. Similar to how the contribution of each person's diverse individuality makes a team strong, each unique leadership experience has helped me to become a stronger leader. You have left your mark on this campus through your leadership and your commitment to countless people and groups that count you as a friend and role model. Won't you join me in honoring the winner of the H.C. Byrd Award for 2016, Ian Moritz.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. It's great to be on the live stream, Marcia. Thank you so much. I think what makes this place great is the people here, the people in the audience, the people I've got to work with on the stage, my parents specifically. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'll definitely be ready to move out when you pack up. Not at all. It's just an amazing place to be here. I think it's great that we've grown through the challenges, whether it's Sue Briggs challenging us to serve the community better, or Brooke Supple having us to reach out and engage with our alumni. Those challenges are what made us who we are on the stage. They've taught us to write and understand, to hear and to listen. And that's what makes Maryland special to me. And this is just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you to this university, President Lowe, Linda, and everybody here. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, the Citizenship Prize for Women is presented as a memorial to Sally Sterling Byrd. Presented to the model female citizen of this university, the candidates are all women members of the Maryland Medallion Society. Reading from our recipient's application, I quote, "Lead, don't be led. This is one of the biggest and most impactful lessons my parents taught me as I advanced through high school and upon entering college. Being a leader in all aspects of life is an important goal of mine. Since the beginning of my career as a student athlete at the university, leadership has been part of my everyday life. On the court with my teammates, within the student athlete body, and even the greater community and campus in general. Being a leader does not only involve leading those when they are around you, but all of the time being an extraordinary example for those whom you wish to lead. Taking leadership so seriously and wanting to help as many people as possible, I have strived to always do the right things, not just when people are looking, but all of the time. This means being the best person possible and having a deep commitment to high moral standards. I am not a leader just as a title or for the time being because I am on a committee or part of a group. Rather, being a leader has become a part of all of the characteristics that make me who I am as a whole person. Our 2016 Sally Sterling Bird Award is Melina Howard.
Well, first of all, my parents aren't here, but they've been a big part of making me who I am and giving me the opportunity to even come to the University of Maryland. They did everything for me growing up to put me in a position to be able to play basketball, and so I just want to thank them for that. And then to everyone here tonight and everyone who's made my 4 years here so amazing, my teammates, my academic advisor, Bree and Heather, who are here, just everyone who's helped build me to be the person who I am today. And it's been an amazing experience, and I can't imagine being at a different university for the 4 years, representing and playing basketball, and so just thank you.
Please, all of you stay on the stage for photos, but I want to say a special thank you to Marcia Ginsler-Stevens. Isn't she the best MC ever? Marcia makes this evening special, and I bet she doesn't get a bite to eat.
That's probably good. We come to the end of the evening. This group has to stay on stage because we've got pictures to take, including selfies with the president, because I saw he had his phone out. And we'll take a group picture, and we'll take all kinds of pictures. Parents, bring it on. This evening is all about people. And Maya Angelou said it best. She said, I've learned that people won't remember what you said and they won't remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. I promise you this, you graduating seniors, May is upon us. We will remember what you said and how it made us feel and how it made us proud. We will remember what you did because we will tell stories of you long after you are gone. But we will always remember how you made us feel, and that is proud and inspired and empowered. Thank you, one and all, for being here tonight. Moms, don't forget your gift. And take those cookies, because they're calling your name. Thanks a bundle.